Good evening. Hello. Welcome. It's Wednesday night, so it's Joy Ruffin coming to you from the Sunshine State. It's Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, Living Legacies. And I say this every week, but it be the truth. I bring to you each week dynamic, phenomenal, fascinating women who are leading ladies in their lives, who are wanting to share with you what they're all about. And you've heard me say, you know my name, I have a couple, redundancy. This lady is no exception. You are going to have fun, enjoy, and learn a lot. And I want to share with you a little bit about her background because, everyone sends through to me their background. Hers fascinated me and had me chuckling. My name for her, I've given her a little name. It's called the Hoot because it means that she's funny and entertaining and has a lovely, carefree attitude. You've heard people say, I don't give a hoot. But Raelyn is she says, I love my husband and my son and everyone that I choose to have in my life. I leave a bit of sparkle everywhere I go. I believe in making the impossible possible because there's no fun in giving up. I've learned to turn my dreams into my vision and my vision into my reality. I'm smart, strong, and mostly silly. And I could go on and on and on, but don't you love that? Of course you do. So, what I'm going to do right here and now, and welcome to all of you who are here today, really appreciate it. I'm going to invite Raelyn over. Raelyn, hello, 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 and welcome. So good to see you here at long last. Welcome.
Hello, Miss Joy. How are you, darling?
Oh, darling, and that's what I forgot to say. I love the way you call me darling. I love it. I'm absolutely fantastic, and I'm over the moon because you're here. And I love it when I'm able to connect with people that I met and that I had a connection with. And for whatever reason, we were not able to connect at that time, but we are now. So, Raelyn, you heard my introduction, right?
Correct.
So, what I want you to do is briefly, in your fashion, share a little bit about you, your background, your journey, what you're doing now, and then we're going to talk about a lot of things. So, go.
Sounds fantastic. Well, thank you so much for having me. And I love that we connected and stayed connected, most importantly, throughout oh gosh, how long? I don't know how long we've known each other, several years now, but
It's
I love
about three or
how
four. Yeah.
yeah, I
Hmm.
love how consistent you are with everything that you do, and I just love watching I just love watching all your good stuff that you got going on.
Thank
So
you. Thank you.
as far as I go, I just got into the 50 club, so I just turned 50 a couple of months ago, and I'm super excited about that now that it's over. But I am married. I've been married for 26 years. I live in Kansas City, Missouri. I have a son that's 24, and I'm just living my best life, as they say. So it's taken me a while to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. My husband has always afforded me the luxury of doing my own thing, and so I think I told you before that I have a spirit, and I always have had a spirit. I told him when we got married, I said, just so you know, I have a spirit that cannot live in a cubicle. So I've always had to kind of figure out my own way and figure out ways to stay out of a cubicle, because I start to think about, oh my gosh, if I lived in a box and I had a plant and a picture of my family and I had to dust my desk every day, like I start shaking and I start like, I can't do it.
I
So
I get that. I really do. And I love the way you're expressing it because I have the five labels here for the different women who come here. Some incorporate all of them, some have a few. And what you're saying is, I love that you can't live in a cubicle in a box because your spirit, your essence, the soul of you is expansive. That's what you're saying, just different verbiage. Yes?
yes, yes. I just have never been one to stay somewhere very long. And so I've done lots of cool things. I've had a jewelry company, I've had a t-shirt company, I've owned a boutique, I've been in network marketing, I do some online boutique things now. So, like I said, my husband has always been, he's always been supportive of everything that I want to do. And everything has just led me to the next thing. And mostly the relationships that I've made with people
Mhm.
have led me to the next thing. So I'm a huge believer that, people will take you where you want to go in life. And I don't mean that by that they will come and take you, but you attract certain
Yeah.
people into your life, and you attract certain things that you want in your life, and you see people doing things and you're like, I want to do that. I think I would be really good at that. By the way, when I was younger, I thought for sure I was going to be the next Sally Jesse Raphael, and I that was my dream. I wanted to be a talk show host,
Yes.
and I'm pretty sure that Ellen DeGeneres is still going to ask me to come
I
and
love it.
host her show someday.
Yes.
But yeah, so I have all these fun glasses that I wear, and I think that's just my inner Sally coming out of me. Just the other day, some lady said, "Oh, I love your glasses. I could never wear those, but they look so good on you." I said, "Oh yeah, you could wear them. You just put them on your face. So you just go like this. You just go like that."
Let me interject here for just a second, because you're saying all of these good tidbits that are really important and so meaningful. You're saying it in a different way, but you're saying that relationships are vital and essential to your well-being and your sense of who you are, the discovery of building good, healthy relationships. And also, again, that you're not going to live in a cubicle, and you look for people, and you like variety. You like doing a little bit of everything. One of our connections was that we both have the fashion background. And I know that you're involved there and what you're doing now. We're going to talk about that a wee bit later. But the essence of being you and exploring, and your husband allowing you to do that, that was a good connection that you made there, building that relationship. So tell us what you're doing now.
What I'm doing now, I do actually do two things now. I am in a network marketing company. I've been with a company called Neora for 7 years now. We just had our seventh anniversary. So
Great.
Neora is wellness products, anti-aging products for your face and your body and your brain. We have a brain supplement as well. So it is
Mm.
our first network marketing company that we've ever been involved with, but we've stuck and stayed, and we're having some great success. And then I kind of went back to my roots a little bit a couple of months ago, and my husband and I started doing a boutique Facebook Live
Ooh, I love that.
shows. Yeah. So I told him, I said, it's silly that I have the background and I have the knowledge and I have all the connections, again,
Yeah.
relationships, with all the people that I had in my last boutique life. And I said, and I love doing Facebook Lives. I think Facebook Lives are fantastic. In fact, I just
Wow.
went to lunch yesterday with a girl that I met on Facebook, and she lived in my town, and they posted something in the group that said, everybody put where you're from. And so she said, I live in Kansas City. And so I reached out to her. I'm like, oh my gosh, I live in Kansas City. We should totally get together sometime. So this is our second time getting together. We went shopping and had lunch all day yesterday. And she told me, she said, this would never have been possible if you hadn't done Facebook Lives. If I didn't see you, I felt like I knew you already. I knew what your vibe was, and I thought you were so fun, and I just wanted to connect with you. So her and I, like, seriously, we never even knew each other. We just hooked up and then went to lunch. And yesterday we spent all day shopping together and had a blast. So
Raylan,
yes,
we are in the new frontier.
we
Back in the
are.
cowboy days and the open range, that might still be there, but this is technology, and this global, this national, even within the confines of the area that you're in, makes a big, big difference. But let me speak to something, because I want the audience to know that before you go to what you and your husband are doing now, which I want to talk about a great deal, but I want to talk about the company that you're with and the products that you're using, because I want the audience to know and go to your website, which I'm going to put up here, because the pictures that you show on your website and on your Facebook page, that's your dog barking. I hear it.
Yes, I know.
That's okay. They are fantastic. And you cannot be blown away when you see these pictures, because they're fantastic. So talk a little bit more about the products. I heard the anti-aging, and the ageless woman is the woman that we're working with. Tell us a little bit more about the products and how you and why you love them so much. Once you see the pictures, you understand why.
Okay, so that's kind of how I got introduced into the product line. Is I saw a before and after photo,
Uh-huh.
and I thought to myself, I told my husband, I said, I have used all kinds of products from high end to something you get at a spa, just to things you get off late night TV. Hello, girls. You know, we've all have done that.
Yes, indeed.
All the way down to things that I get at the, you know, at the CVS or Walmart or whatever. So I've used the entire gamut of products on my face over the years. And I think all of us girls are looking, and men especially now are up and coming in this industry for sure.
More
But
so.
there, yes. But yeah, so I told him, I said, okay, babe, I have used so many things over the years from high end to low end. And I have never, no one has ever said, Raylan, take a before photo, use these products, and then take an after photo and put them together and see your results. I said, no, let me tell you, if they could do that, they would. They absolutely would. Companies would do that all day long if they really were getting results. I said, if I walked into the mall, I live maybe 2 seconds from a mall. Thank you, Jesus. But I live right by the mall. If I walked over to the mall, I said, if I walked into Dillard's and I walked into the skincare and makeup section of Dillard's, and there were before and after photos like up on the wall somewhere, I would be like, as a consumer, I'd be like, where is that? Where is that? And what is that? Show me what that is. And so the fact that the company that I work for has built their entire marketing strategy on before and after pictures. We actually beg people to take their before picture, use it for 90 days, take an after picture, and put them together and see what you think. And we literally have thousands and thousands and thousands of before and after pictures of any of the products that we have that we can actually take a photo of and show the results. You know, some of our wellness products, you know, obviously you can't take before and after pictures of the inside of your body, but you can definitely feel the difference. So I just love that. Not only do I love the products, and I was telling Joy earlier that I 1000% can tell you that my skin looks better today than it did 7 years ago when I got introduced to these products. So the fact that I can 1000% stand behind the products that I
Yeah.
love, and I'm still excited when the UPS man comes with my product 7 years later. I mean, that's saying something.
Well, you know what, Raylan? Point of fact, you were lucky somewhat and blessed because what I heard you say, correct me if I'm wrong, is that this was your first networking company. Most
Yes.
people, not all, but many people go through two, three, four, five before they land on the one that they really, really love. So blessings to you because I know from the photos that you show on your Facebook page and your website that they are fantastic. So I
Correct.
can understand that you would be with them. I think you said 7 years you've been there.
Yes, 7 years.
You must be pretty high up in the rankings too to be up there for
Well,
seven
I
years.
do. I do pretty good.
You do pretty good. Now I like
Pretty
that.
good.
All right. So now we know all about, oh, by the way, before we go to what you and your husband are doing with the boutique, which is fascinating, I want to say this to the audience and with your consent. You have lots of samples, free samples that you offer and you give to people who want to try different products. So what we're going to do is put up your website, and not your website, your email address. And what I want people to do is, and I'll say this again before we say so long, is copy the email address, connect with you, and let them know you know what they're interested in. And then you will get their address and the information and send the samples out to them. I think
Absolutely.
that's a great gift that you're offering them. So they have
Absolutely.
to let you know I'm concerned with my neck, my eyes, my overall face, whatever it might be, my
Yes.
arms, whatever it is. And then you in turn will decide on whether or not that's the best product for them and send them some samples.
Yes.
I
That
think
is
that's great.
correct.
Oh,
That is correct.
wonderful. Thank you for that. Now, let's go to what you and I both have innate love for, and that's how we connected fashions, style. Yes, indeed. And now
Yes.
tell us a little bit about what you and your husband are doing together. I think you're calling it a fashion boutique that you do on Facebook Live.
Yes, it's called the Girlfriend Code Boutique. So
I
if you
love the
want to,
name.
we do it on Facebook. So you just go on Facebook and search the Girlfriend Code Boutique and like and follow us. And we do a show right now. We're doing it every other Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central. And we just have a little spot in our house that we do a Facebook Live, and I try on all the clothes so you can kind of see what they look like. And I'm just being me. So what I do is I pick out things that I think that me and my friends will like, and I say, come to the girlfriend code, and hopefully my favorite things will become your favorite things. So I'm not going out there buying just what's in style, or what's the new latest greatest thing that's happening. I'm going out and looking for things that I think that my friends would like to wear. So there's nothing that I buy that I wouldn't wear myself. I think a lot of my friends are either number one working, or working a lot and trying to stay afloat with their family and everything else, or they're stay-at-home moms and they just want something cute and fun to wear when they do get to go out.
I hear you and I get that. But let me ask you this. I love it. Every other Tuesday night, the girlfriend code, and you do it on Facebook Live.
Yes.
Now, we're talking international, global. So, how do you get, or I should ask you this, what percentage of the people that you are connecting with are buying from the community and around where you live? And what percentage of people are you getting from other places that you have to mail out
I
the?
would say about 10% live in Kansas City, and
Ah,
about 90% live where we have to mail out.
that's wonderful.
Hmm.
That's great statistics. And what
Yes.
they do is they email you and give you all the data you have. How do you do it? Do you have numbers up? Because I don't think I've ever seen that, Joseph.
Yes. So each item has a number, and each size has a number. So I tell you exactly, if you want a small, then you put number 126 and your favorite emoji. That's how we do it. So you put the number and your favorite emoji. That kind of, I like that because it gives me the person's personality. Like, I don't know, that's like something that I like. It's interesting, the emojis that people pick.
Did I
Like,
just give you that name, the hoot?
yes, yes. Like
You
some
have
people
a
pick,
funny, entertaining way of making a connection. There's nothing better than that. That
right,
emoji,
right.
I think that's clever.
Like some people pick the wine glass, some people pick the dragon. I mean, it's just
Sure,
interesting. I just think it's interesting that
it
they,
is.
they pick their favorite one. So I actually do look at that, and I find it fairly interesting. But so yeah, so we just do that, and then we have a document that you fill out, and we give you all the information and all the instructions on the show. But you fill out a document, and then we invoice you, and then you pay the invoice, and we send it out to you. So we have mostly, we've been doing tops and bottoms. We do maxi dresses. We've done skirts. We've done earrings, bracelets, necklaces. Just had a line of
Um,
shoes that we did last week, and those went really well. So, and then afterwards, after we're done, everything that's left over, we post in the girlfriend code page, our after party pics, which are the things that we have left over, that you
uh-huh.
can go in and look through the album, and then you can buy things off of there if you've missed the show.
I like it. It's very innovative.
It's fun. It's like I'm shopping with all my girlfriends every other Tuesday night. It's like I have a glass of wine, and I encourage you to have a glass of wine, and
Yes,
you can
indeed. I like it. I like it. I like it. You know,
yeah.
one of the things I'll talk with you after the this here show that we're doing is that I'm not thinking about, I'm going to be doing, it's some time off, but doing something that's called the summit. And I'll share with you more about what that's about. And I'd love to have you as a guest on that. But let me ask you this. What are the items that the majority and the percentage of what you're promoting and that goes out of your warehouse? Tops, pants, dresses, shirts, slacks? Do you have a percentage breakdown on something like that, or is it pretty much an even kind of
It's pretty
blend?
much even. Yeah, it's pretty much even. The things go very quickly. So, it's kind of like when you go shopping by yourself, and you might bring home one or two things. You go shopping with a group of girlfriends, and you got a whole bunch of bags. So
Mm,
it's kind of like that. And we'll only have like two smalls, two mediums, and two larges of each item. So it's kind of a shopping frenzy, because if you don't speak up quickly, then it's gone. So the very first person, like let's say we have two smalls, the first two people that say that small number get the small. And so it's very quick paced. It's fun. We have a good time. Like I said, I try everything on so you guys can see what it looks like on a person, because I think so many times you see something on the hanger, and then you see something on a person and you're like, oh, that's completely different. So I do take the time to try everything on.
Ah, and that gives the person a visual, and the majority of us are visual. We need to see that. But even so, doing that, what would be one of the biggest concerns that you have when you're doing this on Facebook Live? What would be one of the biggest problems or concerns that a person has before they select? What are the concerns that they get to you and ask you about? The
Some people
tips,
ask
the
me about sizing. Some people ask me,
sizing.
I try to let people know what the fabric feels like, if it's stretchy, if it's, if it's true to size.
Yes,
That's why I like to try it on because I know what size I am. So I'll say, this shirt is runs a little big, so you might want to size down one. So I'm really like trying to educate the shopper as we go along.
great,
We do have a return policy, so if it doesn't work out for them,
sure,
they can return it. But
wonderful.
yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, and I don't know if you're willing or open to answer this, but what are some of the resources that you use to bring in the fashions and the styles to your audience? Are these affiliate companies that you're working with? Are you going out? How do you go about that?
It's all across the board. Being in the industry for so long and having my own boutique for so long, I've just have so many different avenues. Some of them I've met at the markets that I've been to. Some of
Yes,
them are online. Some of them through the LA Fashion District. Some from Atlanta. There just really are people that I trust and that I have a relationship with, and I know that if they tell me they're going to ship me something, that I know that they're going to. I also have relationships with people that they'll send me their new arrivals. So I love that because I think that me as the buyer for the boutique, and taking that relationship that I take to my client, to my customers, I want to have that same relationship with my vendors. So I'm very picky about who I trust basically and who I decide to have in my circle, if you will.
Raylyn, we're right back to that word that you and I both adore, love, embrace, and that's building good, hearty, healthy relationships and
Yeah,
for working with people who are professional, who are true with their ethics to their word and do what they say they're going to do. And that in itself, I mean, you're always going to have a hiccup here and there, but bottom
sure,
line, that's about it.
sure.
What do you enjoy doing most with both the networking company that you're with and your boutique? What are the two things that you get the most pleasure and enjoyment out of? I think I know, but I'm asking you anyway.
Okay. Well, the first thing I enjoy is the freedom to be myself, to
Yes.
be real, to be authentically me, to be
Mhm.
silly and crazy and goofy and fun and I get to be who I want to be in both arenas. I get to connect with people in a real way. I
Yes.
really, really do love working with the team that I have in my network marketing business. I
Great.
love seeing, I love seeing a lady that doesn't believe in herself, and then after getting praise and getting help and assistance and mentoring her through a few things. So many people are just afraid. They're
The
afraid to try
transformation is what
something
you're
new.
talking about, right?
Yeah. And I unfortunately was not born with the afraid button. I don't know. I don't know why. I guess my parents just always told me, my parents would always tell me, you can be anything that you want to be. And I believed them.
Fearless.
I really did. I believed that no matter what I decided to do, I could do it. So I have that. I take that to all the women and the men that I work with in my businesses, and I think just doing something fun, like even the Facebook Live and the network marketing. So many people, they look at. I think side gigs right now are just, everybody has one. Like 7 years ago even, people didn't have side gigs, and it
No.
was always, oh, network marketing, yeah, I don't know about network marketing. I was the same way. I was like kind of a network marketing hater, and I was kind of I tell people I was a real job snob. I would say, well, you should just get a real job. Like, why are you trying to peddle things to your friends? But on the flip
It's
side of it, I
it's
have
interesting.
Yeah,
what you're saying here, because you mentioned some words that, and the business that you're in, and that fearless, courageous personality that you have has to be very encouraging and supporting for the women that you're working with, because the transformation that you help them to make has to be very, very essential to their well-being, and it has to be something that's endearing and makes you feel good as well.
it
Would
is.
I be saying something like that? That's the feeling that you get because you help them to make this transition into a better, more ideal, not idealized, a more sincere, authentic way that they need to present themselves. You're able to help them do
Well,
that.
yeah. And even, before I got into this company, I didn't realize how negative my life was. The people I surrounded myself with,
Ah,
the just the environment that I was in. I don't think you realize it until you get out of it. You're like, oh my gosh. And the one thing that I love most about network marketing is personal development.
yeah.
And most network marketing companies they have fabulous products, and then it's basically a network or a personal development company with some fabulous products. If the company is a good one, in my opinion,
Mhm,
that's how it should be. But I
mhm.
never used to take time to read books. I never used to take time to listen to podcasts and
Ah,
do extra things. I wish you could see, I have an entire library of books now. Like, never did I take the time. I was always busy working and being successful, but I never was working on me. And I think that if a woman can, or a man can work on themselves, and I mean, due to my business, and we've been very successful, both my husband and I, in this business, in this industry, but we are better people. We're better. I'm a better wife. He's a better husband. We're better parents. We're better
I
friends.
That's a very good point. And that's a really good point to end on because the things that you just shared with us about network marketing are the higher points that need to be seen. And I think
Absolutely.
more people need to speak about those as opposed to the other. And I love the way you expressed it too, how it's helped you in the personal development. Now, before we say so long, the time flies here. Tell us once again, by the way, that's girlfriend code. That's every other Tuesday night.
Yes.
And just repeat that again before we go on to your other networking company. I
Okay,
just want
so
to make
on
sure they get
Facebook, it's the Girlfriend Code Boutique. So you go on there, it'll say the Code Boutique, and it has my name at the top in the logo, so you'll know that you're in the right spot. And
this.
just like and follow us there, and you'll get some information about all of our shows. And you can go back and look at the photos and some of the things that we have from our last show, so that'll be fun.
Hmm.
And then yeah, then my Neora is raylyn.neora.com,
Hmm.
and that's where you can find all things anti-aging. So if you don't like looking older, then I can hook you up.
Let's do this before we say so long though. I have your email address up here. I'm going to put it up now. And what we're going to do is what? You repeat what you want them to do. You want them to email you and tell you the area that they're most concerned with and what samples they'd like to test, give you their
Yes.
mailing address, and then you will send out samples to them. Just repeat that so that they get that and know what to do. The email address keeps scrolling by.
Okay. So the best thing to do is tell me what about your skin that you're not currently in love with.
Uh-huh.
So that might be lines around your eyes. It might be lines in between your right up here in your forehead, those 11 lines. It might be that you have some issue on your neck that you're not happy with. We have a
Mm-hmm.
cellulite product. So anything from the neck down, if you don't like taking your cellulite to the pool with you, I can hook you up with that as well. And then I can just send you some information. We will, I've gotten a lot of samples in my day, but I wish somebody would taken the time to find out what sample I really wanted, what really was my pain, and then fix it for me. So that's what I'm interested in. I want to know what's your pain, and I want to fix it for you.
That's a very good point. I love the way you express that in the end because you're right, spot on. Now, time flies here, my love, and it just goes quickly. But is there anything that we didn't cover, or is there anything I didn't ask you, or is there anything you want to share with the audience before you say so long for now? And I'm going to put you in the green room, and I want you to wait there for a second while I say so long to the audience. But anything at all that you want to say, thank you, goodbye, do this, do that, or whatever it is you want to share, You can share it now, and then I'll come back to you in a second.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to say thank you again for again being persistent in our relationship and cultivating that over the years. I think it's just fantastic, and you've always been one of my favorites since day one. And I just would love to encourage people to go get a book, go read something that is going to make you better. I can be honest with you and tell you that I used to think that the self-help section at Barnes and Noble was for people that had problems, and I'd be like, look at all those people that have all those problems over there. But I can tell you that reading good books and doing something for yourself will make you a better mom, will make you a better father, will make you a better friend. And so take the time out to not only work for your family and do things for your family, but do something for yourself and just get into reading, get into a podcast, get into something on YouTube, something positive. Start your day with something positive always.
Listen, my love, you nailed it. The feeling is mutual. I think we're both persistent and consistent, and we stay to the course. And that I love about you from the moment I met you. And it's a mutual admiration society. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to ask you just to step to the side for a moment or two, and then I will get back to you in a second. Thank you again. I
Thank
went
you,
I
darling.
went too fast for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful. I'll see you soon in the green room. Ciao. One of the things that I'm discovering here is how to work these dials. I told you that you would enjoy her and that she's absolutely delightful, and she is, and very authentic. And what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to keep scrolling and I'm going to put in her website and her email address, because the free samples that she's offering, you really should avail yourself of them, because the products, if you when you go to her Facebook page and you see some of the posts that Raelyn posts, the before and the afters, you're going to be on board. There's no question about it. And need I say to you that it's always good to see you here. Eloisa, Dustin, always good, my loyal and faithful. I know that the majority of people come for the replay, and we're always grateful and happy that you do. And you let me know by saying hashtag replay. And before I say so long for now, I just want to remind you of one other thing. If communicating is an important aspect of whatever you're doing, and you want to learn how to communicate with other people so that they hear and heed what you're saying because you're doing it in their style or in a manner that they can connect and relate to, then you really need to come aboard and take the bank code personality assessment. What you're going to learn is phenomenal. So just let me know that you're interested. You can put in the comments, interested key, and then I will get back to you and give you the link that will take you to the assessment, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Not only will you learn to express how you communicate and express, but you'll learn the three other styles, and you'll know how to communicate with people contingent upon which style they have. In the meantime, I hope you have a great week, a great weekend, and whatever you do, take your time to get to know Raelyn and connect with her. It'll be one of the most satisfying and fulfilling connections that you make. You be and take care of you first. Do the best that you can. And until the next time, we'll see you soon. Be well and take care. All the best. So long for now. Cheers.